I was just gonna say, wow. Wow. Well, look, wow, again. Look at, I've been out 8.5 years. And a couple of years ago, I learned this acronym, OMG. OMG. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of shook up now. You know, offenders, ex-offenders, we get out, we struggle, we stumble, we fall, and a lot of us get up. A lot of us get up, but a lot don't. And we always hear, man, the man has his foot on my neck. I can't get a job because of this X, this and that. I remember years ago, I saw Les Brown speaking, and he talked about, and I don't know it, I can't say it completely, but he told this story about a young man walking down the street one day, and there was some old men sitting in the yard playing dominoes. On the porch sat an old mangy dog, and this dog was just moaning. "Arr, arr." So the young man, he was curious. He decided to stop, and he asked the old man. He said, "Hey, what's wrong with that dog?" And one of the old men said, "Oh, he's laying on a nail." And the young man, he scratched his head, and he was like, "Why won't he get up and move?" And another old man kind of chuckled, and he said, "Well, it's not hurting him bad enough yet. Once that nail starts to hurt bad enough, that dog will get up and move." You know, and that's us. You know, we moan and we'll groan, but once it starts to hurt bad enough, we'll get up and make something happen. And what's that saying? In order to do better. Oh, all right. So at this time, I want to open the floor to any questions. Anybody have any questions for myself, Miss Rhonda, Miss Taylor, Patrick? I don't know if Emmett. Anybody have any questions at all? Yes, ma'am.
And not a question,
Okay.
it's a comment. This has been the most powerful few hours. Let me
Yes,
tell you,
ma'am.
if you didn't learn anything, I can't help you.
That's right. That's
That's all
right.
I gotta say about it.
That's right.
So a big hand of applause to everybody. I mean, it's.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So at this time, I'm gonna keep it professional. Now we gonna bring up my baby. You sure right. He just talked about it. We gonna keep it. We're gonna bring up Kim Smith. She's the founder of Bread. We're gonna just let her do her thing. You know, I can heap all type of accolades, and I won't because I think the things she is doing speak for themselves. You know. So come on up, Kim.
Thank you. Now, I don't know who put this panel together. Where these people come from? Like, really? Taylor? I heard about you. I hadn't heard you. You did that. All right. Emmett. Now, you can't call this one right here without him praying, saying a poem, or telling a story. So he kind of gave me a little bit every time I talk to him on the phone. I'm just like, okay, he keep giving it to me. I'm gonna have to put him to work. You got to come and share this with everybody else. They got to hear this. And thanks for introducing me to Patrick. I know Patrick through Emmett. So thank you. Thanks everyone for coming out. I can't even, y'all think y'all can't go behind that. Like, that was good, Kim. I like that. y'all get tickets before I get started? Y'all got those blue tickets? Okay, Ken, will you bring me the bag? You need to sit it right here. If the bag is sitting back there, just make sure, the lady in the black, make sure she got a ticket also. So I am Kimberly Smith, the founder of Brett Building Relationships in East Texas. We started here January 2019, and we haven't stopped. I mean, we have been going 25/8. Cause I'm the type, if I get started doing something, I am not, and I think that's why Mr. told me no the first time I went to him. And I was telling a lady earlier, I need him on board. I'm married to him, I have to sleep with him, spend time with him, you know? It doesn't matter what I do. If I decide I wanna jump off the building, if he don't think that's something I should do, then I probably won't do it. You know, but I needed him to be on board 100%. And I don't think he said no because he didn't think that I can do it. I think he said no because he's seen what we've been doing, just the two of us, when he came home. Because we literally been together since he's been home. A lot of people didn't think that was a good idea, but I think a part of that is we've known each other our whole life, and I think that played a big part in it. His family, I think we knew. I think we knew. Just sitting down, you know, you have to have these conversations with everybody. I have conversation with this one right here all the time. She know me, you know. She know what I'm gonna do. She know what I'm not gonna do. She say, I need you to do this. I tell her, I just can't do that. You know, she know that I'm not gonna do it. So sitting down, having a conversation with him before we got married and letting him know that you just gave him 21 years. You gotta give me 21. And maybe by then, you won't hear me and you can't see me too well, and then I can have you for the rest of our life. But that's just, you know, that's just me. I didn't say yes to say no. You know, we can argue. We ain't gonna fight, but you know, you can say the word fight, but not physical. We can argue and fight. He doesn't believe in sleeping on the couch, so he hasn't been on the couch. It ain't that he hasn't been in trouble, but he hasn't been on the couch because he doesn't believe in sleeping elsewhere. So, but like I said, when I went to him with it and he knocked it down, I immediately went to Rhonda. I told her, we didn't really know each other that well at the time.
We just met one time, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm. And, but she just seemed like we hadn't met in person when I first brought this to her, but we just seemed like we just knew each other. We had talked on the phone for a whole year before we actually laid eyes on each other. And, she's one of those that found me on Facebook. Something that she seen on my page she liked, and she just kept following me. And thank you. Thank you. One of my other pages, something else I do, because I do a lot of stuff. And I talked to her about it, and she had no idea Mr. Patrick wasn't on board. I'm just like talking to her. I'm going to, you know, different ex-offenders and, you know, other people. Like, what do you think? You know, kind of secretly. He don't know that I'm doing this, and she don't know. He don't know. But I'm just really trying to see, because I felt like there was a need. You know, surely if this is what we're going through, somebody else needs this too. Surely we aren't the only ones that need this. So a few months passed after talking to Rhonda, and I started getting all these emails, like this girl emailing me, like, what? So, Rhonda, can you not, what are you doing? She, oh, you gotta get this thing started, what are you doing? So I had to get this started, but I had to get him on board. She still don't know, he ain't on board yet. I gotta sleep with him. So then I kinda figured out a way to get back around to him. How am I going, Baby, you remember that thing I was talking to you about, you know, helping people? that's been locked up, and people like myself that didn't know what to do, he just kind of cut me short. He said, Kim, look, when you decide you want to do something, basically, it is no stopping me. But, and he was like, if this is what you want to do, I got you. And he's been on board. He hasn't missed anything. He's right there. Whenever I may have an idea, and I take it to, usually I take it to Rhonda and Patrick, because he has been in there, and so I'll have an idea, and they can kind of help me put it together. You know, it's like I know what I want to get out of this, you know. So she's business minded. She knows how to run this nonprofit, so she can help me on that side, and he can help me as far as the ex-offender. So once he said yes, the paperwork started flying everywhere. It just started going. So that is where I got the idea. It's from the experiences that he and I went through really the first 3 years, but there is something else that you may not know. And I didn't really think about this like that. I didn't think that was the reason. That's probably the main reason, is because what I was going through at the time. But I was actually raised up in a house. And I didn't even think about this until just recently. I was that kid that needed somebody. You know, my parents, well, my mother, because I don't know my father. And you kept talking about your kids and your father and your son. We need our daddy too. I don't know who my father is. And so that cuts like a knife, just as much as if I knew my dad. He may as well have been incarcerated. I don't know who he is. I know who I've been told is my father, and I have talked to this man, but I don't know that's my dad. Because just like you said, you can't imagine not seeing your son since he was 3 weeks old. This man lives in Tyler. So I can't imagine. You see me every once in a while, and I used to speak, and I hope God understands why I stopped, because I'm your daughter, or that's what I've been told from you and my mom. But how can I believe that when you haven't been there for me ever? Not in 3 weeks, not 2 weeks, not 1 week, never. You know, so Patrick have seen me, it hurts. And he have seen me down because I want to know who my daddy is, you know. But I was raised up in a house with a mother and a guy in and out of prison, in and out of jail. She was, and he was in and out of prison. I was raised up in the prison, may as well say, because I was there almost every weekend with my mom. I didn't want to be there. That wasn't even my daddy, you know. That was just who she was with, and then when he get out, he's back, and it's the same thing. And I saw my brother going down that same road, and it just made me sick as a child. Elementary school age, middle school, I think I had more sense than anybody in my household in elementary school, you know. And so when I see these kids, I see myself in these kids. These kids don't deserve that. So when I run into these parents that really want to do better, I want to be that person to help them do better, you know, because without an organization, without something put in place, they're just, I mean, like you said, we haven't been incarcerated, and we just want to throw in the towel sometimes and probably punch something or run a red light. Yeah, you know, it don't have to be anything major, but we can't do that. And we have to have those things to remind us why we do what we do every single day. And that little girl inside of me is the reason why I do what I do. And my husband, my very first boyfriend, my very last boyfriend, Mr. Patrick Smith, is the main reason why I do what I do. Like I said, I didn't say yes to say no to him, and I didn't say yes to Brett to say no I have put in money and lots of time. And this lady right here, she told me just I don't know what I said. I guess she misunderstood what I said. You better not throw in the towel. And I wasn't saying I was gonna throw in no towel.
I don't know if you were saying you're gonna come sit on my porch or.
Yeah, I'm always threatening her to sit on her porch if she don't answer her phone when I need her, or I need some, you know, I'm trying to put something together, you know, do something, but, I'm gonna try to read, maybe I've already repeated some of this stuff, but I'm gonna try to read this that I took time out to write, because I usually don't. Today's event was put together for the men and women to see that you can come out and be successful with the right organization, church, and support from friends and family. But it is up to us, God's children, to do our part and bring them closer to Him. I strongly believe that we must offer chances to change, that for those trying hard to turn themselves around, we should offer hope. We should help those who've made mistakes to find their way back onto the right path. Nearly 50% will reoffend within the first year of release. And we spend billions of dollars just on those reoffenders. So, you know, if we got 100 of them coming out, about 50 of them gonna go back, and we're gonna spend billions of dollars. You know, I'm trying to get y'all to, you know, do the math. You know, you want your tax money going there, or would you like for your tax money to go to a place, an organization like Brett, to keep them out here? You know, you wanna pay taxes on your loved ones to be locked up, or would you wanna donate money you can write off at the end of the year, so your loved ones can stay home with you? So just something to think about, because somebody has to pay, you know, for them to be in jail and in prison, you know, and it's us. We have to do something to change this. They mustn't feel that society has totally given